live in the flesh. Live in the flesh, the realest reality of you. Live life in your flesh. Live life in your flesh. One body, one spirit, material and immaterial, physical and energies. Energies are life motions, immaterial qualities. The spirit of you, live, live on earth today, live, live in the flesh. You must stay live in your flesh. You must stay live in your flesh, or you wouldn't be living. You wouldn't be living right. Living right is live in your flesh, your own superstar of you. Don't put your immaterial spirit and energies of superstar on others. That's not living right. Don't have superstar energies, immaterial, and spirits of other being things here. We are one being while we're here. The Bible says, root in yourself, one being. One being physical, material, a body, and one being energies, immaterial, and the spirit of life God gave each. That one being must be one being, physical and energies, material and immaterial, one body, one spirit, live in the flesh. Live in the flesh, live in the flesh, live in the flesh. The realest reality of you. Social actor. There's me versus myself. The favorite teacher with the golden rule, me, myself, no lie. There's me, myself, and I. There's the id, which is the impulse. There's the ego, which is the self, and the super ego, which is the higher self. There's seven deadly sins, seven deadly virtues that make a person. Five senses, common sense, and sixth sense. You talk, walk, dress, swag, and demeanor. Your zodiac, your number, and your color. One body, one spirit. Being a social actor, you're a social character with a social character and social personality. An economic character and economic personality. And a social actor with a political character and political personality. Get your mind right, get your vibe right. Something for your mind, intellect for your intellect.
Social distance skills upkeep and the invasion of the lazy sloth tricks from a bizarre parallel galaxy, led by the spirit, and the spirit leads. Supposed to do, need to do, good to do, right thing to do. Lazy trick people like the rappers say, it ain't tricking if you got it. And some a lazy trick won't keep their swag up, won't keep their skills up. We regulators and leaders. Each USA regular individual is their own individual authority here. We leaders leading life. The leading authority in your life is you. You each lead and led by the spirit and the spirit character of person you are. As we as a group are lead and led. The American Christian is led and lead by the spirit as the Bible instructs. So it's a metaphor, symbolic simile of the cultural expression, and thus the group has leading leaders and a leading spirit. Christians under God lead and led by the spirit of Jesus, real life leaders and authority, not a lazy trick. We leading at what we're supposed to do. The individual authority of self is leading at what you need to do. We are leading at what's good to do, and each rugged individual authority is leading at the right thing to do for you. The Spirit leads you to do what you need to do and the right thing to do for you. As the Spirit leads us as a group in what we're supposed to do and what's good to do. Here in the USA, each is their own individual authority. We are leaders, individual and group. Individual and group spirit and individual and group leader. Individual and group spirit and individual and group leader. What's supposed to do. You and the group or groups. Need to do. You and group or groups. Good to do. You and group or groups. And right thing to do. You and group or groups. Follow, lead, regulate, participate. Don't be a lazy trick mouth scuzzo scuzzy. Growing up, the conscious control of your spirit actions. Growing up, the conscious control of your spirit actions. It's the lead your own life metaphor. Swag movement. Some say God, some say creation, life, nature. Swag movement versus social injustice. COVID sociopathic brain and stop the vampire brain plan. From the skull, the brains, mind, and life. From the skull, the brains, mind, and life. The vampire myth is a creature thing that's like the human thing. The vampire is a dead, lifeless brain without its own blood, and it eats off others' lives, brain blood, brain energy, vibes, forces of others. Empathy is an emotional vampire, and emotional persuasion is a favorite vampire trick. You cannot let them trick you and must fight against them building up spirit, energy, and forces and having a vampire vibe. It's the swag movement versus social injustice. Swag movement versus the out-of-place vampire of social injustice and social distance violators. COVID, sociopathic brain, and stop the vampire brain plan. We are socio-interdependent beings. We socialize and talk to each other. We are socio-interdependent beings. We socialize and talk to each other. That socio-interdependent thing has a mental component, and we must guard against. We must guard against the mental component of socio-interdependence and socializing. We must extrovert and speak up. The more people, the more extroverted socials you must be. Some socialize and drink, and you know that you can't go out all day and all night, every day, drinking with everybody. So we can't go out all day and all night thinking. The vampire psychotoxin that is in the social injustice must be crossed and staked. The vampire psychotoxin in social interaction that is the social injustice must be crossed, staked through the heart, and have the head cut off. Need garlic and silver. Have your mathematics and statistics correct for the count. Knocking social injustice vampire out is down and out for the count. Keep your swag up, distance and clear. All have distance, it's justice. All have distance, it's justice. Basic hygiene, keep it clear between us. Keep your swag up, distance and clear. Swag movement versus the rope and out of place vampire, social injustice. Silver and garlic, 65 cents. Clean kinetics, basic hygiene. Swag up promotions, swag up movement, swag up management, swag movement. So clean and so fresh, not a stain, precise. Skills, maneuvers, mind functions, fresh mind, clean mind, not a stain, precise. Thinking, skills, mind, maneuvers, not a stain. I think clean, not a stain, fresh, stunning, humble, from inner power. The skull, the brain, the mind, thinks precise. Swag moves, see me move, precise. So fresh, so clean, fresh is the word, not a stain. So fresh, so clean, not a stain, precise. Talkings. So fresh and so clean, not a stain, precise walk. So fresh and so clean, not a stain, precise on who I are live. So fresh, so clean, not a stain, precise God star, thriver. 5 trials, 50 stars, 5,000 games, 50,000, 500,000, $5 million, precise nickel, change, 15, over 15. So fresh, so clean, precise, not a stain. It's going down in the DM, distancing movements, precise, clear, basic hygiene, clean kinetics. So fresh, so clean, not a stain, there. Precise yourself. You get the movement, the movements, the motions, kinetics. So fresh, so clean, not a stain, precise, kinetics. So fresh, so clean, not a stain, kinetics. So fresh, so clean, not a stain, precise, kinetics. Thrive life, distancing and clears. It's the swag movement.
Distancing movement is going down the DM. Distancing movement. This movement, get your mind right. This movement for internal self, internal lights. This movement for external self and external lights. This movement for inside. This movement for outside. Swag story of the Distancing Pro. When you're shopping at the store, walking through the park, the story of the Distancing Pro swag continues. The outfit, keeping the Distancing Pro fresh in clothes. The Distancing Pro swag, me and everybody else. Distancing Pro swag, see some people, they think they know. We groups and we individuals. Distancing Swag Pro. Distancing movement is going down in the DM. Intellects for your intellect. Get your 5 right, get your mind right. As we get grown, adult, mature, we must mind the concepts based on the individual and individual self, and based on the group and the group or groups the self is. Good people, bad people, and just people. There is the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The tree of life is your establishment after 5 trials. The tree of knowledge of good and evil is your 5 trials. The Bible said, eat off the tree of life. Do not eat off the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And we see they ate off the good and evil anyway. So, what's your role in God's kingdom versus and your role in man's world of jobs and money? You get it. Your role after the 5 trials, and you establish and live off the tree of life. Distancing, no play, herd immunities. Your role in the 5 trials, having to deal with the original sin in the 5, tree of knowledge of good and evil. Distancing, no play, herd immunities. Then you've conquered the 5 trials and left from the Garden of Eden of your childhood, braved the wilderness, and entered grown adult mature tree of life, distancing, no play, herd immunities. The promised land, systems, institutions making heaven on earth, distancing, no play, herd immunities. Get your five right, get your mind right, intellect for your intellect.